It was never easy. The struggle that we took part in, the hunting and fighting, the shedding of blood. We did what we must, what our ancestors had always done, killing with our claws and teeth, raising young by the milk of our own bodies, toiling under a beating sun, and stalking prey by night. The warbled calls of hyenas haunted our dreams, frightened our young, taunted us as if to say, "Someday." And there were great many hardships, when food was scarce and we would thin, when drought would weaken us, when great storms would rack our homes, separate us, when our young were taken from their mothers, and worst of all, when the blood plague struck. There were forces of destruction all around, but we too were a force, feared by many others, though we did not carry this cup wretchedly. We followed the wisdom of our forebears and heeded the lessons that they handed down to maintain the pride. It is taught a truth amongst our people, the difficult truth that, in order to live, one must kill. It is the ultimate duality of life, just as night and day, male and female, water and flame, earth and sky. For so long we have lived on the edge of that divide. We walked the brink of the chasm without plummeting. We crept through the shadows as hunters so that we could live through the day as family. Throughout the great struggle, there were many a challenge, many a threat, and to many others, we were that threat. But all was done with a sense of belonging. All kept to the law of the Earth Mother.
You are my children, vast and limitless in form. I have given gifts to each of you, from the lowliest worm to the soaring eagle. Even if you know it not, the touch of my hand is upon your spirit, and your place in the web of all is sacred. To struggle is to live, to grow and to strengthen, and thus take heed of these words. You may kill, but you may not annihilate. You may use the poison of your fang, but you may not poison the land itself. You may take down trees, but you may not take down the forest. You may spread your seed far and wide, but you will never own your mother.
Then the day came that the law of the Earth Mother was broken. It was done by the naked apes, the ones we called tool makers. Word came from the north that they had brought down all of the mammoths, so that never again would their mighty feet quake the ground as they walked. Later, we heard that they had built things called machines, which were like great and terrible beasts, made of metal, stronger than stone. Machines could work tremendous amounts without tiring. They could produce fire and lightning. They could be stronger than the elephants. But as is with the law of the Earth Mother, nothing can be gained without a cost. And the realization of the machine's purpose saddened us all to the core of our hearts. We realized that we would be the ones to pay the cost of the machines. There is no word to express the extent of our horror and sorrow as we witnessed the naked apes burn and cut down the forests. And as they did, their machines' excrement was clouds of poison, and their tower hives that they built as well excreted poison, and replaced the skin of the Earth Mother. To struggle is to live, and so we ran from the lands that fell under the conquest of the naked apes when we could, and we drank the poison that they left behind in the streams and waterways, and we breathed the fumes belched out from their machines. And we watched as they too hunted, for their hunting had become different than our own. Where we hunted to feed our families, they now hunted with a sick pleasure in their hearts. It took us a long time to understand that despite the naked apes' conquest to rule over the Earth Mother, they were not sated. They still had to hunt to prove to themselves that they were superior. A long time has passed, and it is hard to remember the days when the pride was free, along with all the other beasts. Many of our siblings are gone forever, and it seems that only the stars will know that they ever existed at all. It is a chilling thing to know that extinction will come, not from the Earth Mother taking us back, but by the hand of the naked apes, who are her very children, only capable of these atrocities because they somehow forgot that they are her children. Has she abandoned them as they have abandoned her? Has she abandoned us? We could not have fathomed that we would ever be asking such questions, but now they are burning questions as we stare into the face of annihilation. We can only say to our brothers and sisters, to those who have been taken, may your spirits rest with the Earth Mother. And to those who are on the verge of passing away completely, we shall not forget you. As long as we shall live, we shall continue to tell our story in hopes that some will hear it, that the word itself may live on when we do not. Once we were here. We were part of these lands as they were in us. We struggled and hunted and lived on those very grounds that others now stand upon, once held our families, our fears, our hopes, and our dreams, all that was and all that could have been. Once we were here. Once we walked with the pride.